Hey, what's up YouTube? Yes, it's me, Joe Singleton, better known as Naho Hub, and today will be the final video of Udon for Sonic. Originally, I was going to do Udon for Sonic Returning Artist, but I'm going to save that for next year because I have more ideas for that. Today's video is going to be Udon for Sonic mandates. I know some people are going to say in the comments why I would bring back the mandates. Sega would be the one who still be the one who will fund this, and also to give the license to Udon. Plus, they might want to still keep some of the mandates. But there are some mandates I did change, so I feel like they should really change it up to make the comic be better than IDW and has to give them more freedom. But here's some of the mandates I decided to keep and change. Number one, romance allowed. Yes, in the new mandates they say no romance. Which one I feel like is kind of stupid and dumb. Because Archie got away with romance, and yeah, he got too chaotic with Sonic, but that's the thing. The writers just wanted to give Sonic more, make the comic spicy it up with the romance with Sonic. Fleetway didn't do romance because they weren't sure it would work for them. And let's face it, it was a kid comic book for them. Plus, the Brits' humor were more different from the US humor. For IDW, they hint at romance relationship with Tangle Whisper, Vector and Vanilla, etc., etc. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yes, Vector and Vanilla, etc., etc. There are hints at romance with OCs and people who are married in the comic. Heck, two characters that GT create, well, no, Evan Stanley created was Night the Owl and his rooster co-host, who's like a janitor and repairman. They're actually lovers. They're gay lovers. They're actually, I think, boyfriends or husbands. I'm pretty sure. But the thing is, she made them. That's her exception because you probably say, "Oh, she must have been the medic." No, she introduced them as that way just to pass through. So this one, I want them to move to do more romance and stuff like that. I do want to mention that in our upcoming videos for Uda next for the upcoming years. Next, no game characters can't die, which I kind of like this one. This one makes sense because it makes sense because they probably don't want to kill any beloved video game character that anyone like. This goes for even Archie and Fleetway didn't do this. They mostly kill like lesser known characters, original characters who are part of the comic book but not game characters. Heck, Archie killed off a lot of Campenda characters and concepts. Mostly Flynn because he wanted to clean the house. And Flint almost killed off Sally because he thought she was going to be a second banana. Both him and Kim Panda did try to kill her off, but Sega was like no. Even Sega back then said no to it because she was still popular. And I think this one is okay because it makes sense. Game characters won't die. Heck, they did tease kill off Sonic characters before in Archie, like Sonic and Knuckles, but they weren't going to stay dead forever. I'm okay with this one. Three, the good guys always win. This one I was kind of hesitant to agree with, but I actually allow it. I like this because it makes sense that the heroes will win from any bad situation. Heck, even IDW, they almost seemed like they were going to lose, but you knew they were going to win no matter what. Even Archie, even when they lost a few characters, when Antron went into a coma, they were still going to win to this day. So, this one I like because it makes sense to make them stay like this to make sure that they can still take Ant-Man as a threat, but you can still say the good guys will always win at the end. Number four would be money does exist. This one I freaking hate. Let me put this down for a second. Put my phone down for a second. I hate how Sega say no to money because they never did currency in Sonic. For me, here's how I would do the currency. The currency would be the rings itself. Sonic, there's like to be two different. Well, here's the money currency I would use. The rings would be for the Sonic Life Energy. The golden rings could be for money. The red star rings could be like extra money and stuff. They had diamonds, jewels, everything else. Sega even in one of their promotional comic books based in say Team Sega or Sonic Team, they made Jet and his crew have a bag full of gold, jewelry, and coins and money. So Sega must have think that kids wouldn't like it, but they do know most of the fans are either in their 20s to 30s, and some who grew up with Sonic will question they should keep money. So what's the point of getting rid of it? You could keep the money and currency because even the Kianas work for money. Jet work from one money like treasure, jewels, Rouge, Fang, the Hunter, everyone. So what's the point of get rid of the money? It just feels silly. Out of the way, this one I want them to nick out of the butt and just keep it because it's just silly. Whew. 5. Sonic's world would be Earth. This one I've been going back and forth. The only reason they got rid of the Mobius because that was a Sega America idea. They wanted the idea to make Sonic either be from the future or an alien. I didn't know if they want to focus more on the Japanese game side, make his world be Earth. And I know I got heated back on Twitter for when I said this. I'll be blunt. I do not like Mobians anymore. I feel like they've been done to death. Hold up. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hate Mobians because I feel like it's been done to death. The Mobian characters are not that interesting. I forgot to mention this on Twitter, but I like Sonic's friends. I like the Freedom Fighters, Fleetway, even Tangle and Whisper and other characters from IDW. But like background characters, I just found them to be annoying. They're just recolored Sonic characters and just generic characters you see again. Why not go with humans? And what's the point of getting rid of them, Sega? You already showed humans exist in Sonic Adventure, well, Sonic Adventure 1, 2, heck, even Unleash. In Shadow Hedgehog in 06, you showed them. What's the point of getting rid of them? They're going to be here, and you even introduce Shades, another human character. Just keep them. Keep them in the next comic. 6. Knuckles cannot leave the Angel Island without a good reason. I decided to change it to Knuckles can leave the Angel Island for a good reason. They did this because fans been complaining about why is Knuckles always hanging out with the gang and never guarding Master Emerald. I think his fans been saying that, but I feel like at this point, just waiting that he goes on his own adventures. I mean, heck, Fleetway did his better. Fleetway and hold up, sorry about that again. Yeah, RC Fleetway did this idea of making Knuckles leave the island, the Master Emerald, either repair it or just go on solo adventures. I feel like this is just because they didn't. It feels like this is limited characters for Knuckles because they don't know what to do with him. Say what you want about Ken Bender, he did more with Knuckles' lore than anyone. Heck, even Fleetway did more with his lore because he didn't have a whole lot of lore. Sega should get rid of this one as well. It just allowed him to hang out with the game characters. He goes on solo adventures and do more with him. Next would be Shadow's behavior. This one I want them to seem like they can lose with Sonic X Genesis, Sonic X Shadow Genesis. I feel like they should have kept his personality similar to how he was from '06 and onward. In fact, my favorite version of Shadow's personality would be '06, just because, well, '06 and Archie, because they made him be more human. He's still his arrogant self, but he's more friendly to Ruse, to the Team Dark. Even he still hates Sonic, but he respects him at the same time. For Ruse, this one for number 8 would be Ruse conniving sexuality was not allowed. Though they nerfed it, but I want them to allow it back because that's pretty much what she was made. In anything, I always thought she was like a Fujiko Minas from Lupin the Third. She's kind of that sexy femme fatale character. Those ladies who use their body to get whatever they want, like trick any guys. She's made to be that. I don't mind they keep bringing that back. They're probably gonna say, but this is a series for kids. You didn't care when you made her in Sonic Adventure 2, and you didn't care then, so why you care now? Just let her be where she be. Number 9, characters can't show emotion, including Sonic. This is one that made people say misphrase, Sonic can't cry. The reason I want them to do this one, to give the characters more emotions. They do allow characters to have excess emotions, like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, heck, 80 other characters, but why not Sonic? Fans complain about this because they hate how Sonic cried in Saturday. I'm like, you allow him to cry in a Nicky comic book. I think Sonic should cry. In fact, there have been hints at him crying from Sonic X, Boom, like I said, in Shazam. Heck, even in the recent comic books of IDW, Scrapnik Island, he cried there, even though it was Mega Sonic cry, but he still allowed to cry. You see him cry. Even Tails like, whoa, Sonic, are you okay? I think this one dishumanized Sonic because he needs to be more three-dimensional. He's still a flat character, but he can have more emotion. Some flat characters have more emotion, like Goku, Luffy, Gon, even Ichigo. Every Shonen Jump protagonist or cartoon characters can have emotion because they make them be human, not a soulless mascot. Sega, you made Sonic not to be that. Remember what you said Sega does when Nintendo don't? We'll go back to that. And plus, Sonic was edgy because he was cool. He wasn't like some people say, "Oh, was he extreme?" Not like edgy, like dark and stuff. Like edgy, like he was different. He had more emotion. In the Japanese stuff I found out, he wasn't cocky arrogant, but he still had more emotions. There you go. Allow him to have that. Number 10, and this is the final one. Characters who die in the games just cannot show up in the comics. This one I'm okay with. Like, I understand why, because Black Doom, Netflix are already did. This has been something interesting to me. They don't allow Eggman Nigga because I heard he's supposed to be dead, but they allow him in a promotional comic, which was actually made by Sonic Team. I think the real reason they did that because they weren't sure if whether or not he was supposed to be dead or not. I think you should allow him come back. Just so you do spin-off with Blaze and her and the Soldier Man and expand upon that. Well, and just to do more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hold up. Sorry about that again. Yep, this is the final field for October, known as Naho. No, not Naho, I'm sorry. Udon for Sonic. And let me go over the list. 10. Characters who die in the games cannot show up in the comic books. 9. Characters can't show excessive motion. Misphrase Sonic can't cry. Rules, conniving sexuality is not allowed, which is now changed to allowed. Shadow behavior would be more like from Sonic Adventure 2 to '06 and onward. This is me. Knuckles cannot leave the island with a good reason. I changed it to Knuckles can leave the island with good reasons. Sonic's world is Earth, and money exists. Good guys will always win. No game characters can die. And romance is allowed. These are the ones I want them to change. If they're going to do a new combo with Udon, they have to allow this to happen to make Sonic grow and work and actually make the comic book sales. I get it. You want to keep the game stuff, but maybe make it extra. It didn't stop you with Archie and Fleetwood. They're so like freaking hotcakes. And that's pretty much it. Now, with this video, I probably not going to do any like add-ons or editing or something like this. I may, but I may not. You know what? Change my mind. I may go ahead and add the add-ins like pictures and stuff. Just ignore that last one. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, hit the bell to get notified for new videos. I am Joe Stevenson, better known as Naho Hub, signing out. Also, happy Halloween. Peace.